All right, so here I am going to recap my trades from today, Wednesday, May 11th, 2022. I'm finishing up the day $47.55. So another, small green day, which is okay. I mean, we didn't have much opportunity. However, we did have RDBX, which was pretty good. I started trading it from around here, and from there, I guess you got another 60% move. But I just, it wasn't really, the setup, the chart was really intimidating, and it really lowered my confidence in trading this. I probably could have did good if I focused on this, but I was kind of more focused on BWV for a little bit. So it kind of took my eyes off of RDBX for a while. But let's go ahead and review my trades. So we'll start with, so you see here I only have 74 orders, 75 fills, so that's definitely a lighter day. I didn't trade much today. So we'll start with VERU. I traded VERU pre-market. This popped up before 7 o'clock, and then right at 7 I was looking for a breakthrough $10 at 7 o'clock. So I bought 989, 100 shares, and took some off for a 5-cent gain. And I missed the $10 breakout. It did go up without me. And then on a dip, I bought the dip, and then I scalped that for another 5 cents as well. 50 shares. And then here we had a consolidation. You had a nice ABCD pattern. Then I started sizing in at 989 for the break, potentially break of the high. We'll see. Then it popped over $10, and I took half off the table, still holding 50 shares. Rode all the way back up, and I bought for the break of the high, 1030. So I bought at 1025, and then added more at 1039. And then I took it all off at 1040 and 1034, and I added back at 1046 for the break of that high, and I took that off at 1061 for a nice scalp, and that put me up solidly on that stock. I was up $40 on it until the open, and I lost 15 here, looking for a red to green, potential red to green setup. I thought this would be the candle that will go, rip up towards break through 966, up through VWAP, and making a nice move. But it was pretty weak. I was in 150 shares, so a little bit much. But I cut my losses, and I kept it at a small $15 loss. Then I traded BWV. Let's look at BWV. BWV, you could see on here we had resistance at 649, so that was the point I was looking at. And then also we had resistance at 712, which, we still might hit later in the day, but the volume has been drying out, and it's been very sporadic and choppy, so I kind of just stopped trading it. But here I saw this huge candle through the VWAP, and I thought we would break through the high here. So I kind of chased it a little bit, small size at 592. Then I added at 603, thinking, oh no, that's a different candle. But I took it off for a scratch because, the volume wasn't there yet. I thought this candle would immediately jump up to 615, but we didn't. So I took it off for a scratch. Then I added back for the break of 6, broke 6. I was in 150 shares, and I took that off for a 3-cent gain, or partially 3-cent gain, and then the rest off for 605. Then we kind of topped out here. We didn't quite break the new high, so I thought this was kind of still in play. So I bought the dip here, and I saw buyers coming in, buying the bottom of this candle to support the 9 EMA and the VWAP. So I put in my starter there, looking to add. I added on the break of 6, adding higher, looking for that break of 614 on this candle. Then it kind of started out a little bit, took some off, still holding 200 shares, and I took it off here on the breakout at 618, and then some off at 610 as it was rejecting. So It's good that I took my profits quick, because I would have turned into a loss there if I tried to hold for potential continuation. Then we got another move with bigger volume through the high here. So I added at 618 again, looking for to break a 623. And we kind of broke here, and I took some off at 626, 619, 623. Then we got a pullback, first pullback after a fresh breakout, added small size, and took that off for about a scratch. And then here I thought we would see a move up towards 712 now, which is the next resistance point. So we broke out the high, and we rejected there. And I thought it would reclaim this level and run higher, but we didn't get it. So I was on small size, so no big deal. And then here I thought this would be the move that breaks the high and runs up to 712. But we rejected again. So I held on this candle thinking, this candle would still move up. Potentially, we still had some buyers on it. But then at the end of the candle, it kind of just flushed down, and I just took it off at 660 as it was showing weakness. And took that off for a small loss as well. That was BWV. Then we had, what is it? RDBX was the big winner today. I saw it here, it was a crazy backside move. If you look at the daily, crazy backside move. I had no hope that this would actually make a big move like that, but, it did. So hats off to RDBX. But I was playing very cautiously on RDBX, taking my profits quick. So here we had a resumption of the halt here, and then we dipped down below, and I bought some 100 shares for, since this candle was bought up on high volume, kind of turning green. And then right when it broke the high there, I took my profits. So that was a nice small gain there. And then I completely missed this whole front side here. This could have been a nice move here. We had a couple halts going up. Seeing a halt resumption here is a good move. But, I just didn't feel comfortable getting aggressive on this, just because of the daily pattern. It's on backside. We just had this huge sell-off. So I really have no idea if it's just going to flush on me. Then we finally resumed here. And I tried buying the dip here. Kind of shook myself out a little bit. And then pulled back more. I added at 480. And it pulled back so far, I underestimated the range on this. This was a 5% pullback from my entry, which I thought was already a big pullback. I really underestimated the range here, because this pullback was 25%. That's a lot. And so I kind of shook myself out there for a small loss there, and then I added back. And yeah, this whole area was a small loss. And then it finally popped up, the move I was looking for. That's a 17% pop. That's crazy. If I would have got in here at the perfect entry and would have just held, I would have been up nicely on that. I would have been up, potentially 8 times for another $50. So it could have been $100 a day. And if I got more aggressive, because I was in like $400 position size, so it's not that much. But it made a huge percentage move. That's crazy percent range there. And here I took a nice scalp, 1 minute pullback off the 90 EMA, thinking we'd see it move up past 550, maybe towards the highs. Pull back a little bit more, kind of just scalping the range here. Took my starter at 513, thinking we'd see a bigger pullback and then maybe push higher. Then added more at $5. Took my so my average was a little bit lower than this initial entry, and it took some off at 510 and 512. So that was a small win on that one. But all in all, RDBX didn't do too well on it. $4. Really not worth my time. I kind of should have just walked away. At the open, I was up $41 at the open. I kind of should have just walked at that point. This whole portion from here, the extra hour I sat down here, extra hour and a half, is not really worth it. Slow market. However, if I did play RDBX correctly, but and no one would have been able to guess that, because the market's been so cold. But yeah, if I played that correctly, I definitely could have had $100 a day today. But it's okay. I'm not trying to take unnecessary risk when I know the market's kind of still cold, choppy, indecisive, no momentum, lacking volume. So, I think I did the right thing, just, accepting just a base hit or a small green day and, waiting for the market to heat up. And then that's when I can get more aggressive and be confident holding through moves. So that's it. Finishing the day up $47.55 is what it is. Happy to be green. At least I'm not red. But definitely better than red. So got to be grateful for that. Hopefully we see some better moves soon. So that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next day trading recap. Peace.